I was just in Asda and I picked up Pick Me Up magazine. It's not like a glossy magazine, it's just paper, but you know. And yeah, I've never bought a magazine before, and I just thought I'd pick one up and share it with you. I was quite ashamed to buy it. 89p of my money spent on it. And I was so ashamed to buy it that I queued longer to use the self-checkout rather than the whatever it's called, old school manual person checkout, because I didn't want to be seen to buying this magazine. The first thing it says is raped by my best friend, which is obviously not funny, obviously. During movie night, I don't know why they felt the need to add that. Bit weird. Obviously, I don't think I'll be reading that, but it's a bit weird how they're kind of. There's a dreadful story if it's true, which I presume it is. So why they've chosen to kind of make it a bit salacious to try and get me to buy the magazine? Well, I don't really want to read about rape, obviously, and I can't imagine many people do, so strange to leave it there. The next one is convinced my wife was spying on me, but the truth was much worse. Maybe we'll read that. No one, I say we, I'm not going to probably advertise that I've made this video anywhere, so I'm going to read it purely for my own benefit, I guess. I'll never walk again, opposite of a Liverpool fan. So why do I feel lucky? That sounds like quite an upbeat story. There's a picture of her there looking happy too, so that might be quite a nice one to read. Another positive one here. Little Eyes are commissioned to clean up your streets. I don't know if Isaac lives in Battersea, so he probably won't be cleaning up my streets. But no, fair play to the lad. I'm filming this on like a laptop camera, so you probably can't see, but he's looking chuffed with himself anyway. He's got like he looks like he's doing community service, to be fair. I mean, he's only a young lad, so I doubt that his wife cleaning up the streets, and this ASBO's going to be given to like 4-year-olds. Are they even a thing anymore? Probably not. On your bike, 82 and breaking world records down there. That person is I find it very hard to believe they're 82. Yeah, they're not. Maybe they are. I don't know. I don't want Pick Me Up magazine to sue me. They very well could be 82. Yeah, 82 and breaking world records. I ain't broken any world records ever, and I'm 26. So what's my excuse? And then the big one, which I'm gonna need. I haven't read this. This is me. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Just had a free Saturday. So this is it. It says anything for money. He slashed his mum's throat, then hid her in the bin. I don't know. No, I don't think that this is a joke magazine, but that's awful. I haven't seen anything about that on BBC News or anything. Tragic, if true. Yeah. Anything for money. He slashed his mum's throat, then hid her in the bin. That is depressing. Let's read Convinced My Wife Was Spying on Me, but the truth was much worse. I'm not going to edit this, by the way, so if you watch this, if I manage to upload it, I apologise. I apologise for wasting your time, but in a way, if you've only got yourself to blame. You've clicked on it, presumably, or maybe I have decided to put a link to it, so in which case, my fault a bit, but then you continue to watch it while I'm talking about. Let's try and find this story. Nope, not there. There's a fun little crossword there. Won't be doing that. Plotting against me. I don't think that's it. Was that the one we were going to read? Convinced my wife was spying on me. No, don't think it's that. I'm really wasting your time here. I'm sorry. Well, there's a dilemmas page. Dilemmas. Stuck for what to do, right to pick me up for some good advice. If I wanted advice, I would definitely write into an 89p magazine. So fair play to anyone who's done that. You've done the right thing. Fiona Yassin is the founder and clinical director of the At the Wave Clinic and a specialist in trauma treatment, eating disorders, mental health and addiction treatment for teenagers and families. Feel bad for taking the piss now. Maybe this is really good. Sorry, Fiona, you won't be watching, so, but sorry anyway. Let's read the question. This is not what we were planning to do. My son is at the age where he's going to start being sexually active, already regretting reading this. We are really open as a family and I want to have an open conversation with him. How do you think I can go about this? That's from Rachel in Middlesbrough, allegedly. Yeah, this is going to be awkward. Don't. If it was me, just ignore it, really. People become sexually active after being sexually inactive. Unless they play Warhammer, in which case they stay inactive. Tricky one for me. I just ignore it. Again, if I had a son, he's going to do what he's going to do. Tell him, be safe. Don't have a kid young. You won't be able to afford it. For a start, the cost of living crisis probably be even worse by then. Probably be struggling to shop at Asda, so babies, out of the question, really. So just tell him that. Just say, do you want money or not? Because if you want money, do not ever have a child. Okay, but let's see what Fiona said. It's fantastic making yourself available as a parent for what can be a tough conversation. Remain curious, remain open, and remain neutral. Model respect and confidentiality, and reassure them you will not pass the conversation on. When you believe you know what your child presumably, is thinking or doing, you've already stopped allowing them to process it themselves. Ask them how they feel about their sexual development. I cannot imagine how awkward that would be. And watch what their experience is and how you can be of any help. Don't talk about only girlfriends, boyfriends, non-binary or gender fluid. Yeah, I don't want to be cancelled. Fair play, good comment. Leave it open for your young person to tell you where their curiosity is taking them. Brush up on the facts and educate yourself on what contraception is available now. If you go in without the intention of being a helpful parent, you won't go far wrong. With the intention of being, that's a bad error from me, with the intention of being a helpful parent. Yeah, solid advice from Fiona Yassin, to be fair. I thought it was going to be kind of stupid, but it seems solid. I mean, if it was me, I'd obviously sort of ignore any issue. Just don't talk to your kids about sex. I mean, that's probably a really British, ignorant thing to say, but I just find it too awkward. I never spoke to my parents about sex, thank God. Any fun one here? Ever since I became a mum, I find it really hard to balance between being fun and strict. I want to create a great relationship with my daughter, but I can't help but feel like I'm doing it all wrong. How can I make sure I'm the best mum I can be? That's from Kate in Cornwall. Great place, Cornwall. Hope you're happy there, Kate. Again, no one's watching this, so totally irrelevant. The audio might be so bad no one can even hear this, but yeah, nice place. Wonder where in Cornwall she's from. Been there a few times myself. Newquay. Can't remember where else. Bude, I think. Nice little gaff, Cornwall. Fiona said, it's wonderful to see you can be the parent you want to be. It's really important to know that the perfect mum to the perfect child does not exist. Okay, that's probably true. Do not worry about getting parenting right or wrong. There's a concept we all use as mental health professionals called good enough parenting. I encourage you to research. It focuses on attunement, being present for your child and responding and meeting their needs. Yeah. This is pretty good. Well, not good enough that I, write in, but that's quite sensible. To be fair, Fiona, good section, pick me up. There's a doctor's Q&A as well. You get quite a lot for 89p. To be fair, I was taking the piss out of this magazine a bit to start with, but. This is with Dr. Catherine Basford, GP at Asda Online. Unbelievable. It's actually, there's actually probably some helpful stuff in Pick Me Up. The front is very sort of trying to get your attention with sort of mad and quite horrible and dark stories, but inside it's basically fine. Hangover cure. As I've got older, I've noticed that after a day of drinking, I can barely move and have the most splitting headache. I'm in my 30s and I'm worried it's going to get worse. Do you have any tips? I get hangovers awfully. I'm 26. I think when you're young, you can sort of get away with it. Your body gives you a few freebies, and then as you get older and weaker, it's absolutely awful. The truth is, I mean, no one's watching this, but this is my truth. If you don't want to get a hangover, the only way is don't drink to excess. I had such a bad hangover when I was 19. I genuinely have never drunk that much again. It obviously we're going to drink, but just don't get peer pressured into drinking too much. Stick on the same drink, so 3 or 4 pints, or stick on vodka. Just don't get carried away, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I know it's not worth it. It's just horrendous, isn't it? It is. Like, the fun of the night is very seldom worth the pain of the hangover, and that's what I'd say on the matter. But what does Dr. Catherine Basford, GP at Asda Online, doctor say? Many find that as they age, they can no longer drink as much as they used to without feeling the effects the next day, at the very least 100%. There are a few things that can minimise hangovers, such as choosing clear spirits over dark spirits, e.g. vodka over rum. I love rum, my favourite spirit, so that's gutting. Is that true? Yes, maybe. She's a doctor and I'm not. I just don't. If you drink a bottle of vodka and a bottle of rum, I think you're going to find you feel quite similar the next day. Not that I've done a test study on it, but don't know. Maybe drink lighter spirits. I have heard that before, but I just presumed it was bullshit. It's also advisable to pace yourself. Drink at a comfortable pace rather than keeping up with a group, and don't forget to remain hydrated. Good tip. Good tip. I had a flatmate who used to recommend Lucozade, I believe, after a night painting the town red. So I think that's, yeah. I think if you sleep, it helps your hangover. And if you're dehydrated, I had a few beers last night, woke up early because I'm dehydrated. So yeah, 100% stay hydrated. Drink water in between drinks. You won't remember to do that. You won't. And your mates will rinse you for having water between pints. Drink when you get home, loads, and hope for the best. Eat a meal before drinking, goes without saying. Never drink on an empty stomach, yeah, which increases the likelihood of vomiting or diarrhea. This is solid advice. I thought it was going to be kind of salacious and ridiculous, but that's good advice. That is fair play. But yeah, if you want my advice, just don't drink that much. I mean, you might be in a really depressing job where you need to drink to forget the pain, but try not to drink that much that it's horrendous the next day. Just drink a lot and hope for the best. And yeah, don't necessarily follow my advice. Write to Dr. Catherine, but Pick Me Up magazine. This is going to be really long. It's 40 minutes in. Can't find any of the stories they were talking about on the front page, genuinely. That's too long. Culture Stop. This will be the last thing we do. I'm sorry I couldn't find this stuff I was talking about here, sorry, in the magazine. It must be hidden away. If there's a petition for me to read those things, then I'll do them. But like I say, I'm not really putting this anywhere, so there won't be a petition, so I probably won't read them. But we'll finish on this. Culture Stop. When you think of Milan, your first thoughts may be that of luxury, but known for its delicious food, art and culture, it's a great place to visit. Plus, it can be easily done on a budget. I actually have family in Milan. Been there many times. It is beautiful. Nice cathedral, gelato, pizza, the usual Italian stuff. Definitely lots of fashion boutiques and stuff. Doesn't really interest me. You can't improve on my style. So very much pointless me going to Milan or Paris or New York or whatever, because very much the stuff that I get, is premium and I look brilliant all the time. So I don't need to visit Milan on those grounds. It's like any city, a bit rough on the outside. They're not going to tell you that in Culture Stop, because presumably they want you to go there. But yeah, I'd recommend. Well, would I recommend Milan? Yes, but don't just go to Milan. Go to Lake Como if you're there. Go to Turin. Visit lots of cities if you get the chance. Italy is really sort of diverse and interesting. It's also got about risotto. I make a good risotto. It won't bother to explain it too much. You want a little sofrito, go in. You want the arborio rice. Cook the Oreo rice sort of dry for a minute. It sort of opens it, and then add the wine. Add a glass of wine, whatever you're drinking. Then the stock slowly. You can do a lot with it. You can go asparagus. They do a good asparagus risotto. Sweet potato, and like roast it up, put it in. Brilliant. Yeah, so I think we'll leave it there. Oh, this is about the geezer who's the community service fella. Look at him. Who's cleaning up the street. Should we find that way, didn't it? Lewisham lad. Not too far from here. This is really long. But what's his name? Isaac. Litter picks, rain or shine. What a legend. Don't know how old you are, Isaac. Obviously you won't be watching this, but you've got my seal of approval. Yeah, littering is awful. Don't litter. It's just a really reckless, irresponsible thing to do that ruins the environment for everyone, and it shouldn't be down to this little geezer who's like 7 to clean up your mess, or it shouldn't even be down to the council. It should be. We need to take some personal responsibility, everyone. Yeah. So yeah, 89p well spent. Wasted quite a lot of your time if you've watched all of this. But yeah, thanks for listening. I have spent 89p on this, so if literally anyone asks me to read an article in it, I will. Probably won't. So I've got to end it now. Got to end the video on Pick Me Up. It was enjoyable. I didn't really read too much of it. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I think there's football on later. But yeah, it's in my room now, so I might pick it up. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in episode 2, 3, 4. This is probably might even be sort of picked up by Netflix or something like that. In which case, potential to do loads of these. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a nice day wherever you are. If you're watching this, which I don't know how have you clicked on this video? Bizarre. But anyway, have a nice day, and I'll see you soon.